flight. I wanted to do a video to show you how to install the optional Spektrum lithium-ion battery pack. I got the transmitter only version, so you get the transmitter, the instruction manual, and 4 disposable AA batteries. The DX6 likes its power, and I found that it goes through the AA's that are supplied with it pretty quick. You can also use a quality rechargeable battery. I have some Duracells that I use that I like a lot, and they just plug into a simple wall charger. You can buy those at any of the big box stores. Usually you get 4 to 6 AA batteries and the little wall charger. So I went with the lithium-ion battery pack from Spektrum. Give you a closer look at it. It's 2S, 2000 milliamp, 500 milliamp charge rate, input 12 to 14 volts, output 7.4 volts. And this is the box that the charger comes in. The charger also comes with several international adapters. All of those are junk as far as I'm concerned. I'm in the United States, so I have this adapter installed. They just you set them in the track, and there's a little button right there where my thumbnail is, and this little spring-loaded piece here. Just set it in the track, wait for the click, and there it is. There's your wall charger. There's no pilot light. I wish it had a pilot light. You know, red while it's charging, green when it's charged, but there's not, so we'll deal with it. There was a lot of things. A lot of people have asked questions to me and on some of the forums. It's been advertised by Horizon/Spektrum that this battery has a smart chip in it, and you don't have to worry about your plug being the wrong polarity, either the outside being positive or negative, or the inside being positive or negative. Some of you will remember, I know I had a Futaba transmitter. I think it was a 7C, and then I had a JR, I want to say 8108. I don't know. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. But if you had two different transmitters, one being Futaba and one JR, you had to be really careful because the polarity on your charge lead, they were reversed. So if I had inadvertently plugged in my Futaba charge lead into my JR transmitter, I had big problems. So what I did, and what I always do, is I label my chargers. I take a paint marker, usually silver, and I write right on here. I'll write DX6, and then I also take the charge lead. I put a piece of either masking tape or electrical tape. I make a little flap, similar to the one that you would see on a bind plug, but it's bigger. And I'll write Spektrum or DX6. I'll be doing that. Okay, so the first thing you have to do when you're making the swap is to turn your transmitter on. Push the scroll button. And we want to go to, hope you can see that. System setup. Push the scroll button. And then it's going to ask us, confirm system menu access. RF will be disabled. Are you sure? No. Yes, we are sure. So all that means is that the radio won't be putting out a signal. So again, we're going to push once we select yes, I turn the wheel. So we're going to go to system setup. Push your scroll wheel, go to yes, push the wheel. Now we're going to scroll down. Turn the scroll wheel to the right. Getting close. There it is. See sound utilities. System settings right underneath sound utilities. Push the scroll wheel. You'll come to this screen. System settings. Contrast. Blah, 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 blah. But if you see right here, battery alkaline. So we want to turn our scroll wheel to the right. We get down to alkaline. Push the scroll wheel once. It'll flash. Turn your scroll wheel until you come to lithium ion. Now when it flashes on the alkaline setting, you give it one, you push the scroll wheel to the left. So we've selected lithium ion. Enter. We're now set for lithium ion. Go over to the left side of your screen, the back button.
Transmitter low battery.
Okay. So it's telling me I've got a low battery. And that's it. We've selected the lithium ion option. So we're going to go ahead and shut the transmitter off.
Transmitter low battery.
Okay, so now we're going to turn the transmitter over, and I'll show you how we install the lithium ion pack. Okay, so you can see at the top of the screen, I've turned my transmitter over, and I removed the battery cover. Then I removed the battery holder, unplug that from the transmitter. On the side of the battery tray is this foam block. You're going to pull that out. We don't need that. And then underneath the battery tray is this piece of foam. You want to take that out. Okay. We're going to remove that and set that aside. Don't throw it out. Throw it back in the transmitter case, the box that your transmitter came in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to plug the lead in on the lithium ion battery. The red wire goes to the right, red to the right. So as we set the battery in here, and it is a tight fit, if you notice, that's why we had to take those spacers out of there, because this battery takes up every little bit of space. Now, once you get this plugged in, be very careful that you don't nick the housing or the jacket on the wire, on the positive and negative, because it's a soft silicone. You can nick it with a fingernail, and or just trying to get the battery down in there. Be patient. The other thing that you can do, I recommend, is getting a piece of heat shrink tube, about 1/4 of an inch long, that'll fit over this this plug. Slide it down, and then just add a little bit of heat with a match or a lighter. It doesn't have to be on the wire. You want to be very careful with that, just so that the heat rises up and shrinks the tubing enough to protect it. You can also use a piece of electrical tape. That's safer and will work just as well. Sorry about that little blip in the camera in the video. Okay, so you can see the lead is really short, but I've got it plugged in. And what you have to do is when you put the battery in, you want to make sure you're not pinching those wires. So those wires are getting pinched as I try to push the battery in there. So what you have to do is tuck the battery, make like a little loop, and let it, there's a recess there, and you want to work it up in there until the battery will fit into place. So you can see I'm pinching it right there. Don't do that. Be careful with that. Make sure you're looking at it and take your time with it in some good light. This is a really easy upgrade, and the only part that I find frustrating is that the lead is so short that it can be difficult to get the plug in while you're have the battery in your way. So take your time. You can maybe use a small pair of tweezers or something, even in needle nose pliers, but be gentle. You might want to wrap the tips of the needle nose pliers with some electrical tape. And like I said before, earlier in the video, the housing on the wire is soft. It's high quality, but it's soft, and you can damage it. So I'm going to get these wires tucked in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the battery installed. You can still see the, you can at least see the positive wire there. And so that wire is basically tucked up over the plug receptacle that's in the transmitter, the little white receptacle that you plug the battery lead into. So I've got all that in there. You can see even with this piece of foam removed, that battery comes right up to the slot that the door slides into. Okay, so there's our battery compartment cover installed, and on the back of the door, the battery cover is a piece of foam. It's about maybe not quite as thick as that, and it's about a ½ inch wide. So it's running right here underneath the door. That'll give you a little bit of resistance. So, just take your time and get it all lined up and everything just fine. And when I open this little plug right here, there's there's the port on the battery that we're going to plug our charger into. So this charge lead that I got from Spektrum plugs right in nice, and we're good to charge. So that's pretty much it. I will say that I talked to a couple people at Horizon, and I talked to the manager of their tech support department because there was some confusion between the techs on what did or didn't come with the radio, with the DX6, and I think they're going to do some things to take out some of the confusion. But so you can buy the battery, and a lot of people order the battery thinking what they read online was true, that just any old 12-volt wall wart charger is gonna plug in. It's not. So I think it's about $50 for the battery and the charger. I really wish that Spektrum would go ahead. We already know it's been on the market for a while. We know that it likes to go through regular double A's. So you can either do a quality 4-pack of rechargeable double A's and a simple charger. Duracell makes one, Energizer makes one. And but just remember to go through those steps that I showed you to get to set your transmitter for a lithium-ion battery. And I hope this video helped. Save the tray, save the foam spacers, put them all in your transmitter box, and save the packaging. There is some information in here. There's a 1-year warranty, and Spektrum, Horizon, they have good service. They're human. They're really busy right now. I know I called a couple times last week for I got a Crescendo S RTF sailplane, and it had a warp glued into the fuselage. So as you're looking down the top of the fuselage from the canopy towards the tail, you can see that the tail had a slight bend to the right. It's just an error in manufacturing. But I was surprised that the wait time was an hour. But that's it. That's the lithium-ion upgrade on the Spektrum DX6. And I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop me a message at the bottom of the screen, and I'll be glad to help you out in any way I can. Do me a favor, click the subscribe button. If the video was helpful and you watched it all the way to the end, give it a thumbs up. And if you're on your cell phone and you're holding it sideways so you get the bigger picture, rotate your phone upwards, and then at the top of the screen you'll see the video, and right underneath that you'll see the red the word subscribe. So okay guys, that's Will from Radio Flight. That's all for right now. We'll be keeping more videos coming, things like this that can be confusing, And once I figure them out, I'll pass it on to you. Okay, guys, take care. We'll see you at the field.